Okay, Sleepy 14, UnboundSun, and I are in a division working on our naval battles. And in this match, we are tiers 6, 7, and 8. We have 2 submarines, 3 destroyers, 5 cruisers, and 2 battleships in this game.
Action stations.
So the 3 of us had not divisioned together before. Sleepy and I have. And I think Unbound might have divisioned with Sleepy before. This is my first time playing with Unbound other than clan battles. And he decided to take a Benson out this time. He was in a Kid earlier, and then he has played a couple of matches in a cruiser, and we've been doing pretty well. Our team is in second place. Well, it's a naval battles this time. It's a clan from the EU, the European Union, versus us, and right now we're behind by about 5 stars. We started the evening being behind by 8 stars, but Sleepy and I made up a couple of them. Now Unbound has joined us. We've added a couple more. Now the Canarias, this tier 6 cruiser next to me, is looking like he's going to race right on through. I hope he slows down enough to
Get back!
not get himself blopped early. I told him to get back, but I think he's just going to chase right on through there. Okay, well, here we are. A little bit of glitch in the game there. Okay, well, we have a target to shoot at here, the Bliskavika 44. There are now 3 versions of the Bliskavika. The original one, the 44, and then there'll be a 54 that we'll be seeing up at tier 10, I assume.
Torpedoes to port.
Alright, well, he sent his torpedoes toward us, but they're going to go behind me. And then it's looking a bit like he might be going to take those, but I'm just going to keep on throwing shells at him. Oh, he got himself turned, so he won't take any. Okay, well, he got away. Now we can see that Sleepy is back behind me, although he's looking toward the Charlie Cap. And I think those are his shells right now going toward the Friedrich. And then I got a fire on the Friedrich, who is in a hurt situation. He's going to be taking some torpedoes from Unbound here any moment, I expect. And I am trying to get another fire on that Friedrich. Not having much luck. There, he's getting low. Got him. First kill of the game, just as the smoke was running out.
Well done, Commander.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Unbound. And there went our Canarius. He didn't last long. Looks like he went right out there into Alpha Cap and got himself worked over by approximately half the enemy team. In fact, when I count them, it was half the enemy team. Oh my gosh. He must be a new guy. You get a lot of that. We had a match just previous to this one that was a pretty fierce one that we ended up doing okay in, but it was a tier 10 match that we found ourselves in. And because we were division, we were having to hold down the middle. The team won, but what I'm showing you here are 3 matches that the 3 of us have done very well in. Now, when you're in a division, you're able to talk together, work together, and help each other out. That is something I tell my math kids a lot when we're doing things in the classroom, where I let them help each other and I encourage them to help each other out. Well, here in a division, you just need to do that. We're on Discord together. We're telling each other to watch out for this or which way we're going to go. Unbound is telling me when he's going to drop some smoke for me to hide in and how long it's going to last. I can tell Sleepy what direction the torps are coming from. He tells us who he's aiming at. Then we get up here and help spot for him, because a battleship can't do anything if they don't have eyes, and we are his eyes. Now our Bridgeport is back there with 6 ships from the enemy team back behind him. Unbound is going to turn and go back and try to help out the Bridgeport while I help finish the job on the Omono. The rest of our team has the Harlem pretty well nailed down, and the Salmon is not going to be any problem at all. If I can connect, there we go. I will finish that Omono. So he's down.
Support the Allied target.
Now that puts us up by 1 ship. However, okay. Well, I told Unbound there's not too much he can do to help the Bridgeport, but if he would kind of slow the enemy team down with his torps, I'm going to go up and take Charlie Cap. We are now tied in ships.
Fire on the target.
But Sleepy's going to take out that Harlem, unless Grom can do it first. Or we have the Graf Spee up there too. Okay, he did the Harlem. But as I was worried, we lost the Bridgeport. So the only thing holding back the enemy team is going to be Unbound, and then Sleepy is turning to help him out.
All forces, provide cover for that target. Do not let the enemy take the area.
I'm telling the rest of our team to help Unbound out and hold on to Bravo Cap. This game is too close. We can't give it away. Okay, I am going to take Charlie Cap, and then I can see where their submarine is. He is on the surface. And he can see me now, so I'm going to hit my radar. There he is. Get some shots on him. If I can light a fire on him, then my depth charges might get away with causing some flooding and put some real hurt on him. Alright, we have the Cap. The enemy is ahead of us by 200 points. Okay, the score, this is a replay. The score is showing correctly. I wish you could hear the chatter between the 3 of us. Some of it's just goofing around, but
All stations,
really,
reporting the position of a strategic target.
we were just focusing on the game.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Okay, here come his torps.
Torpedoes, direct
I'm
front.
going to focus on trying to get depth charges on him.
Torpedoes
He
to
was close
starboard.
enough. I knew I wasn't going to take terrible damage from him.
Instructions.
Now I can get shells on him and depth charges. Okay, got some. Now let's try to clock him with some more. But it is a huge advantage to us that we are in a division. There, got him again.
Awaiting instructions.
Right now, Sleepy is working on one of the DDs while Unbound is spotting for him. So often in random matches, when you get somebody that's maybe an inexperienced DD, doesn't know enough to spot, he just will smoke up and sit in his smoke. The battleship is sitting there blind. Or you have a cruiser that is sitting behind an island, not going out and helping people. Oh, okay. Sleepy got that one. I got Pensacola. We just got General Offensive. There's a whole set of special awards you get for fighting in a division if you do well. All right, here's that sub. I don't think he's going to get away this time. Yeah, he's down.
Enemy submarine sunk.
All righty. We waste a little bit of energy chasing him down, but we couldn't have him coming in behind us. We definitely couldn't have him sending in torps at us while we're trying to work on the rest of that red team. Now you can see Unbound has moved over where he can spot and even smoke for Sleepy. He's sending torps out ahead. He has a Harbin somewhere in some smoke right in front of him. And he has the Farragut over on their right-hand side, starboard side. And then way up there at around Delta 4 is a very low health Pensacola. So we went from nearly losing the game to probably winning it. Okay, taking shots on the Harbin. They're all saying, get him, get him, get him, because I'm one shot away from getting a Kraken. And I'm not hitting him. I hit him, but I didn't do enough damage to him. Oh, goodness sakes. Oh, well. Sleepy got the Farragut, so good there. And Unbound got the Harbin, so we got a coordinated attack, which is a division Kraken. Just as good. It's great when you have a chance to work together as a team. All too often in this game, you're just an individual out there. Okay, that was a win. Good, good. All right, I think I ended up with a grade 1 here, not an E. However, we got General Offensive for destroying 3 ships of 3 different types. Then we got Brothers in Arms for destroying 2 ships in a single battle. Then we turned around and got Coordinated Attack, which got 7 enemy ships total. So that means that our division ended up taking out more than half of the enemy team. And then I picked up a First Blood for getting that, what did I kill on that one? I don't remember now. I think it was the battleship. All right, so I had 4 kills, just one short of the Kraken, and 1 more shell landed. I might have gotten it. And set 4 fires, caused flooding twice, and then 111 main battery target hits. 90 of them hit something that did damage, and landed 3 depth charges, and helped get a capture. All right, so that worked out pretty well, and we ended up with 1st, 2nd, and 4th place. That Bridgeport, who stood in the gap, we all gave a comp to because he held back the enemy team for quite a while. Got 3rd place. All right, so that was a good one, but now let's take a look at the next one. All right, so the next one features tier 10 ships. So we're in an 8, 9, 10 match with 2 destroyers, 5 cruisers, and 5 battleships on each team. And again, we find that our division is in the middle.
General quarters.
That does tend to be where they put divisions. Although it makes me wonder where they're going to put that division that has the Colombo and the Lauria together, because the Colombo is very capable of one-shotting me. With 1 good salvo will wipe me out. So I do not want to give that one a clean view of me. Now, there are many more tier 10 ships than there are tiers 8 or 9. We have a Petropavlovsk and a Minotaur that are radar ships. Mino is possibly a radar. It's 50-50 chance with those. If that's a real good player, he might opt for radar. Otherwise, he will do smoke. All right, so Unbound is going to get up there and work Bravo Cap. I will move in to support him. And that is the other thing about working in a division. Your DD knows that he has backup. He knows that he's not going to be left hanging all by himself. So he feels comfortable with going in and
Sighted on the horizon.
working a cap. And if he gets into trouble, he knows that he's going to have some help getting out of it. Well, there is that Colombo I was worried about. And there's a San Diego going into the cap right now. So Unbound is going to go ahead and leave the cap rather than take a chance on getting caught in San Diego's hydro. Okay, now I don't have shots on that San Diego. The one I am probably going to work on will be the Iparanga and the Wukong. Sleepy is saying he's going to get some shots on the Wukong while he's got a broadside to shoot at. We're going to let them have Bravo, it won't keep it for long. And I am not shooting until I am detected. Once I'm detected, then I'll start shooting. But no sense in giving the enemy an easy chance at me. Oh, okay. Something was detecting me, and it wasn't the Ranga. Okay. Might have been for a second. I think what I was... Something spoke up over there. Alright, go ahead and take shots at that Petro because he was going behind an island where he wouldn't be able to spot me much longer. I did get a fire on him. And Sleepy is shooting at that Wukong. Somebody smacked the Wukong hard. Oh, Sleepy got the San Diego. All right. Okay. Just like I was worried about the Colombo one-shotting me, Sleepy pretty much did that to the San Diego. Now earlier, oh okay, good. Got the Wukong, finished him. Sleepy was kind of bummed a little bit, in a gentle way, that he didn't end up as one of the top 3 in that earlier match. So it looks to me like he is planning on making up for it because he just took out the Iparanga. So now that gives him 2 kills. I have 1. So far, our division is accounting for everything, but Kid just, the UnboundSun, just let us know that he's in trouble over there. Apparently, the Mino is radar. Uh-oh. I am going to run into the Montana. I was trying to sneak up on that smoke over there and find whatever's hiding in it. But then Montana just cruising along, and Montanas don't turn too well. And now I'm going to have the Henri doing the same thing. Oh my gosh. I can't get out of everybody's way in time. Well, whatever was in the smoke is no longer in the smoke. But it was gearing. And as soon as I was detected, I knew that I was within radar range, so those torps had to come from somewhere. Got away with not taking them. Now, get as many shots as we can on the gearing before he gets out of my radar range. Ooh. Somebody whacked me. That's going to happen, but right now, the most important thing for us to do is deal with that gearing. And he is out of my radar range. Radar ran out. Okay, well, we did some work on him. He'll be an easy shot for somebody. I am just doing my best to keep dodging whoever it was that's shooting at me. Looks like it's the Lauria, judging by position and where those shells were coming from. Okay, there is the Petro. And he is shooting AP, and I was a little too much open for that. But he got a good clunking on me, but now I'm just going to keep bow on to him. Make it a little bit harder for him to do anything serious to me. Whoop, a little bit too much opened up there. But I'm kind of also watching out for torpedoes. Okay, I'm getting some help. Sleepy and my turbines are all working on this guy together. And that Petro got a Richelieu. Alright, I got him. Took another heavy clunking, but I'm still alive. Okay. Now, what?
All stations reporting the
Oh,
position
good.
of a strategic
Okay,
target.
well, we took out Champagne and Johann de Witt, and all of a sudden, we went from being about even to being well ahead in ships. The enemy team has lost 6, we've only lost 3. And we finally took a cap. We were triple capped there for a bit. It's starting to pull it back together again. Now, I do not want the Zeiten to see me. But same as Zeiten seeing me is going to be the Gearing himself. However, we are in the middle of a rainstorm or a hurricane or something. So that cuts visibility down considerably. Works real well for me. Okay, they're with the Zeiten. Now, sorry, I kind of had to yawn there for a second. Now, Sleepy is dealing with pretty much the entire remaining enemy team as they push through Bravo toward Charlie Cap. Now, Massachusetts is a tough ship, but it's only a tier 8. And it is going to be very difficult for him against Colombo and Laria. Colombo's near full health, Laria's full health, Ino's full health, Zeiten's only half, Gearing is low, Finyang is low. And we lost Turpitz. Doggone. Okay, this battle can still go either way. Ooh, somebody smacked that Mino hard. I don't know if that was Sleepy or somebody else. Somebody got it. Now, Sleepy's on fire. I'm taking a chance by going between him and whoever's shooting. But I want to get up here where I can help do some damage. All right, so Laria can see me. That's not good for me. However, maybe. Oh, good. Okay, out of spot the Colombo, and Montana was able to smack him. Oh, okay, Fanyang. Whoa. From that angle, using AP, chunked me. Whoa, bummer. Apparently, he has pretty good AP. I haven't driven a Fanyang. Don't run into him very often. All right, Sleepy's about to get that Gearing.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
But we just lost the Sleepy. So right now, even though we are ahead by 2 ships, Sleepy got the Gearing, we are behind in caps, but our Cambridge is about to get into Bravo. Our Henri and Montana and one other ship that I can't make out are headed into Alpha. Looks like it must be the Sal. Or the Amalfi is back, way back there. But he's in a position to help out with the Fanyang and maybe help Sleepy out. He just turned on a submarine surveillance. That won't do any good against surface ships. That's only for submarines. One of the difficulties that a lot of the Italian cruisers have is that they do not have. Oh, good. Sleepy got the Zeit. That takes care of that one. A lot of the Italian cruisers don't have hydro. Some of their top ones don't. Oh, darn. Okay. Laria got the Cambridge. Sleepy's still working on the Laria. Might get him right there. Nope, Montana did it. Dang it. Okay, well, they have just the Fenyang and the Mino now. And Mino and Fenyang are both working real hard on the Amalfi. They'll finish the Mino. Sleepy is one short of a Kraken. If he can get one more kill, he'll have it. I missed out by not doing that in the earlier game. Let's see if Sleepy can do it here. Now, at this point in time, about the only thing that the Fenyang can do is maybe get torps into somebody, but he's not going to save this game. We are going to surpass them in points in about a minute and a half, and we have over 5 minutes left in the battle, according to the main game time. And we're about to stop their points. Sleepy's coming into Bravo Cap from one direction. And he's taking a shot. Oh, the Fenyang is down. And Sleepy got him. Okay. Nice job. That's sweet. All right. I don't remember if that was second class or not on that one, but we ended up with a general offensive again. So we got 3 ships of the different types, and we got coordinated attack for 7 of the enemy ships, where I did 2 of them, but Sleepy did 5 of them, and he ends up on the second place. That Montana, even though he was stealing one of those kills, ended up on top, 2,355 base XP, but Sleepy was right behind him, which is pretty good for tier 8 compared to tier 10. I was way down on the list at number 5. And then Unbound, he got caught up in radar and he ended up on the bottom this time. But I bet we don't keep him there for long. Let's catch that. And here we are in our third match. And this one again is a 6, 7, and 8. This time we have 3 destroyers, 4 cruisers, 4 battleships, and 1 aircraft carrier on each team. The opposing team has a division composed of Firefly, FFly, and that's a group we have seen in clan battles before.
Action stations.
Now here on the Two Brothers map, a lot of times people want to push that gap in between the 2 big islands, especially when they're in division. I just informed Sleepy and Unbound I am not interested in doing that, so don't ask. However, we'll keep our eye on it to make sure that the opposing team does it.
Waiting instructions.
Now, we are trying to figure out which way we want to go. Looking at the map, they're a little bit weaker on the right-hand side. So at first it looked like the Zeit was going to head up the middle, and then it looked like he was following Sleepy and Unbound. So I said, well, I'll go over to the left. I don't think Yorktown is going to be very effective against my AA, especially trying to come up against Edinburgh, Massachusetts and me. We all have pretty good AA. All right, so Sleepy and Zeiton look like they're headed over to the right-hand side, and Unbound and I are going to work together on the left-hand side.
Anti-aircraft gun
Now,
crews are on
Unbound
normal
brought
alert.
in an Edinburgh this time instead of a destroyer, and he's bringing in a smoker rather than radar. Edinburgh can be one or the other, but not both. Works a lot like the Mino as far as that goes. Okay. There. See, just not doing a lot with it. Okay, somebody over there is complaining that we got 2 aircraft carriers. They only got 1 because our Nebraska sometimes thinks it is an aircraft carrier too. Okay, well, Nebraska just proved that he is not just, well, I'm shooting the Z-23 who has stopped and I'm barely touching it. Now he's going, and I shot behind him. Anyway, I think that Nebraska just showed that, yeah, he's a battleship. He's a battleship with planes. Oops, ran right into a darn island. But fortunately, Unbound finished off the Z-23.
Torpedoes astern.
That takes out the DD that was on this side. Now we can start working on the
Torpedoes astern.
cruisers. So, Nebraska is one of the hybrid battleships. It does carry planes. And a lot of those people driving those get to thinking they're only supposed to be driving the planes around, and then they can get to position themselves where they can be useful as a battleship. Well, I think he did fine. Anyway, got myself situated where I can be on the move again.
Our team has taken the lead.
Oh, good. Sleepy got Pensacola. So, the enemy team is already down 3 ships. 2 cruisers are down and 1 destroyer. I only have 1 other destroyer left. I'm just sitting here in the smoke that Unbound left for me, where I can free fire without having to worry about anybody shooting back at me. Since we got the destroyer out of the game, it's unlikely that there's going to be any kind of torpedoes coming my way. I'm just trying to light fire as many as I can on Massachusetts from the Firefly clan. So we brought Massachusetts, they brought a Massachusetts. We brought 2 cruisers. I'm looking around. I can trying to find where the islands are. I am going to be in trouble from that Massachusetts, but his guns are pointed the other way. He definitely was not ready for me being over here. I think when we play Firefly and clan battles, we beat them quite a bit. There we go. Okay, Unbound. That's 2 kills now. All right, well, now their Yorktown laid out a whole line of smoke there. Ooh, we just lost our DD. Okay, well, they've lost 4 ships, including that Massachusetts. We've lost 2, a DD and a cruiser. Tier 6 has a hard time against Tier 8. But in this case, both divisions are at Tier 8. They have a Belfast, they had a Massachusetts and Z-23. We accounted for kills on both their Massachusetts and the Z-23. Now we're working on the Belfast. Oh, darn. Well, their DD got our remaining DD, so now we don't have one. That's kind of a pain. Leafy was trying to tell him to get back, but the message didn't get through in time. Oh, there's Belfast. Okay. Let's see if we can get some good shells on him. Ooh, nice job. Unbound got it. Okay, well in that case, switch back over to HE again. I had AP that I was loading, but now I'm noticing that my RPF is showing something is coming down the gap, and there's the Numancia. Numancia is a Spanish cruiser, Tier 8, hard hitting, but it's a cruiser. It's up against our Zeiton, and most likely Sleepy is going to get some shots on it here. Okay, well, I'll turn around and see if I need to help, because it won't be good for me. That guy gets shots into me, but yeah, the Zeiton got it. Okay. Well then.
Our team has taken the lead.
And Unbound got the Tirpitz, so
concentrate fire on the target.
He is now up to 4 kills. That seems that he took it rather personally that he was bottom of the crowd in the previous battle. I'm sure that's not a common thing for him. Well, aircraft carrier's dropping on him though. Now he is working heavily on that Mayoko. Now the Mayoko, Japanese cruiser, pretty good cruiser, but there he goes, and he's got himself a Kraken. Okay. Good. Well, one thing Edinburgh has that I don't is a heal. And Edinburgh doesn't just get a heal, he has a super heal. So even though he got pounded a bit by the aircraft carrier and the Mayoko, he is already healing back a big chunk of that. He has a smoke, he can rest in that while the aircraft carrier does his best looking at him, but he'll be able to move up and catch up and be here in a bit. Oops. Well, there, New Mexico got a hold of our Fuso. Oh, okay. CV gave him some smoke to help him out. Well, that was real nice. The Yorktown is a recent class of carrier that's known as a support carrier. They do things like lay smoke down.
Affirmative.
When the class was initially being discussed, there was some talk about them doing some things like laying mines, possibly dropping some kind of detection devices like hydro detection for submarines. destroyers or for things that might disable ships, like knock out our hydro and radar or our repair parties. Okay, Sleepy is going in with the Zeiton to help defend the base. The Brandenburg and Grom are pushing that hard, but it looks like the New Mexico is coming up here. Now, the enemy Yorktown is laying some smoke down right now to, I assume, mask the New Mexico, which is all rather curious.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Because as soon as New Mexico shoots, we're going to know right where he is. And there he is. He just shot. Because the battleship's guns can't be masked by the smoke. You have this thing called a smoke firing penalty is what we call it. Is your gun throw. Now cruisers have one too, but the one on a cruiser is much smaller. Oh, we got a shoulder to shoulder.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
I think Sleepy just got somebody, but I was so hung up on what the New Mexico was doing that I didn't catch that. All right, well. Continuing to work on the New Mexico. Very low. His guns are pointed away from me, though. I'm thinking he's looking, yeah, darn it. He was looking at Unbound. Okay, well, Akazuki got him. I had stopped so I didn't go out of the base. Now our Yorktown got their Grom, so the only thing left on the enemy team is their CV. Their Yorktown. All right, well. Question on my mind right now is, do we want to go after the CV? Or do we want to just take the base and win on points? It could go either way. Oh boy. Okay, the enemy team, at least their New Mexico, is kind of trashing on their Yorktown. But he just sank our Munchen, so we still have 5 ships to his 1. Our CV kind of has the entryway to the gap between the 2 islands blocked. It looks like Zeiton and Sleepy are coming around the side, the right side of the islands. Our Akazuki, who is healthy enough, is going to work his way up toward where we think the CV is. I am test firing if their CV had been within range of my shells. They would have seen me, but I don't think he's up there. I think he is behind that island that is up at right about Charlie 8. So I'm asking, cap or kill? Do we want to take the cap and win just by that? Or do we want to go after the Yorktown? So, I don't know if we could say for sure, but it looked to me like we kind of outplayed the Firefly clan. We'll see how we end up when the leaderboard pops up here in a bit. But we should take out this carrier real soon, although the Akatsuki, he's going to get pounded because Yorktown does have secondaries. And he's using them. You can see the Akatsuki's losing them, but there go his torps. And those torps just hit something. Oh yeah, he's out. Good job. Okay. Well, there we go again. 5 fire set, 204 main battery target hits, but only 129 of them did damage. 75 of them either just didn't penetrate or they ricocheted. And 18 aircraft shot down, so there were a few airplanes being sent my way. And Unbound ended up in first place. I took a second place, and Sleepy got fifth place. So we've just been back and forth, but we're steadily up at the top. And again, that is the value of working in a division. You can see, though, that division didn't work out too well for them. So there's also something to be said for the quality of your division. I know Sleepy is a real good player. He and I play quite a lot together, and I would say when I get the opportunity to play with Unbound, I'm going to play a little bit more. He's a good team player. All right, well, that was a fun evening. We ended up winning a total of 7 battles, and we only lost 2. And the 2 that we lost were before Unbound joined our team. So he was a big difference maker. All right, well, that's it for this evening. So have a great evening, and I hope to see you in battle.